Hello, everyone. Today I will be speaking about a topic that is something that is very personal to me, uh, social media and the negative effects that it can have on one's body image. Whether this is something that affects you personally or not, it is something that we should all be aware of. It's an important topic in today's society where everything revolves around social media. So, what is body image? Body image is defined as the perceptions, thoughts, and feelings of individuals with respect to their own bodies. There are so many people who compare their differences to someone online. By trying to achieve body ideals, this can trigger body dissatisfaction when the perceived body ideal cannot be met. This can become emotionally and mentally draining to an individual who is constantly comparing themselves to another person. So, why does it matter? Knowing the effects of social media on body image, especially in women, is something that I myself am very passionate about. I have struggled in the past with body image issues that led to an eating disorder, and honestly, I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. The idea of comparing ourselves to the people we see online is in no way beneficial to our mental, emotional, or physical health. And fun fact, most of the individuals that we compare ourselves to are edited to look that way. Social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have become increasingly popular over the years and collectively have billions of users. As a result, it has prompted new research into the effects of social media and how it affects body image. The research is only in its beginning stages, but with the growing popularity of social media, I have a feeling it will be a more discussed and researched topic than ever before. Hopefully, enough awareness can be brought to the effects of social media on body image and how we can diminish the negative effects sooner rather than later. Shaping the views of users is common. According to Razi Nevzat, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and YouTube are the leading social media platforms, and they shape people's worldviews in a way that whatever is seen online is perceived to be real. With that being said, there are people who conform to lives that they see on social media platforms and compare it to their own, thinking that it needs to be better. Social media has this thing I would call the perfect image. Also, according to Nevzat, on social media, users often present a perfect image, perfect holiday, perfect relationship, and the perfect life, therefore distorting everyday life of an individual and the less than perfect habits of the audience. Users mutually make an effort to give off a near perfect idealized image, often different from their everyday reality. And now for some of the nitty gritty details statistics. Project No is a nonprofit organization that is designed to help people with addictive behaviors. They explored the impact of social media addiction and how it can exacerbate eating disorders. They found that alongside the Florida House experience, that 87% of women and 65% of men compare their bodies to images that they see on social media sites. And 50% of women and 37% of men compare their bodies to these images and see themselves as unfavorable. Also, as the image displays the percentage of negative effects of social media on one's life, we can see that it's significant. 54% said social media creates an overwhelming pressure to succeed, and 46% said comparing their lives on social media makes them feel inadequate. So, what is disordered eating? These disordered attitudes are defined as afflictions in which people suffer severe disruption in their eating behaviors, thoughts, and emotions. Out of the population of those with disordered eating attitudes, 16% present with overeating or binging, 20% purging by vomiting, such as bulimia, and 61% as food restricting, such as anorexia. And now to get into the correlation of social media and disordered eating. According to a study done by the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, disordered eating attitudes are rapidly increasing, especially among young women in their 20s. These disordered behaviors result from the interaction of several factors, including beauty ideals. A significant factor is also social media, in which these beauty ideals are popularized and may lead to these behaviors. So, what is the real impact of social media? Also included in the previous study was this. Among these factors, advertising has been described as internalizing or normalizing means to spread unrealistic body ideals. Therefore, a higher incidence of these diseases is presented in advanced and more modern societies, in people with the best living conditions, mostly caused by the popularization of thin and muscular ideals. Another study performed by the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health was on how the influence of mass media has a risk in adolescents in developing eating disorders. They found that with statistical analysis and testing, the influence of mass media is associated with a greater probability of adolescents presenting body dissatisfaction. Mental health research is very important, especially in this aspect. Users need to be aware of the negative effects of social media on body image. The consequences can be devastating, and it needs to be made absolutely necessary that the psychology of social media receives more and more attention. This includes more research being conducted and making more funding available to prompt further research into the negative effects of social media. So, some more statistics on social media use. 35% of children and teens are worried about being tagged in a photo that they think that they don't look good in. 27% are stressed about how they look in photos posted online, and 22% felt bad about themselves if their photos were ignored. This just goes to show the major influence that social media has on the way that we perceive our own bodies. Although social media has a negative effect, it can also have a positive effect on teaching us how to love ourselves. Included in this are body positive, fitness, and food based accounts that can help those with negative body image to realize their worth. By keeping up with these more positive accounts, we can rewire ourselves into realizing that we are beautiful just the way we are. You know, like Bruno Mars said. There are ways to find refuge from the influence of social media ideals, and there are many ways in which social media users can prevent body image issues. Just to name a few, users can unfollow or unfriend accounts that promote or sell products based on their unrealistic bodies. Keep up with accounts that promote healthy living, disconnecting from social media to be active, and avoid talking negatively about yourself, especially in real life. That is a big no-no. In my opinion, the only way that we can stop the negative effects of social media is to limit the use of sites such as Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. The toxic relationship between social media and its users is far from getting any better, but one day I hope that no one compares themselves to what they see on a screen, because it is just not realistic. My only advice would be to not go down the rabbit hole of finding perceived flaws within yourself compared to another individual, because the consequences are in no way beneficial and can cause serious harm. And never forget that you are beautiful. Thanks for watching.